Now, there are 4 parts to 31-Day Food Revolution, and this is sort of a framework for how I look at food. Part 1 is detoxify, and that's where we focus on getting rid of the bad stuff that might be making us sick, including not just food, but also toxic water, toxic food storage containers, and toxic habits. And then part 2 is nourish. That's where we say yes to the fabulous superfoods, the micronutrients that will really help us thrive. That's where we look at the study by researchers at the University of Perth in Western Australia that found that women who ate mushrooms, an average of 1/3 of an ounce of mushrooms per day, had a 64% drop in breast cancer risk. When those same women also drank green tea daily, they had an 89% drop in breast cancer risk. That's where we look at the phenomenal power of healthy foods to heal our gut. Less than 5% of the American population gets enough fiber. And the recommended amount is probably too low to begin with. What we need to feed the healthy bacteria in our gut is fiber. That's what they eat. And if you don't get enough fiber, you can't feed the good guys, and they're not going to digest your food well. Even if you eat great, what does it matter if you're not digesting it? So we want to nourish the good guys in our gut so they can do their job, so they can produce the neurotransmitters that make our brains happy, so that they can digest the nutrients we eat and how we can absorb them. So, bacteria are wonderful. We want to feed the good ones. We look at all of this, and at the super spices like turmeric and black pepper and red pepper that are so healthy for your heart, for your brain, for your whole body. We look at the study out of Rush University. I think I mentioned this, that found, no, I didn't mention this. I'll say it now. Researchers at Rush University in Chicago found that people who ate the most greens had 11 more years of healthy brain function. 11 years. I mean, my own grandma died of Alzheimer's. At the end of her life, she couldn't remember my name. And as I was with her, I was thinking, what I would give, what everyone would give who has an elder in this situation, to give them 11 more years of brain function, have their mind back, we do anything. And we just need to eat greens, apparently, right? Blueberries added 2 more years of healthy brain function to life. Just people who ate blueberries regularly. Wild blueberries were the very best of all. I'll eat greens and blueberries and mushrooms. And I drink green tea, by the way, too. This stuff matters. It's powerful. It makes a difference. It changes lives. What happens when you put all these things together? What happens if you do all of these things and you don't eat a lot of sugar and processed junk and you eat little or no animal products? What happens when you do all this and you go organic? When you optimize your legumes, when you eat sprouted foods, when you really go maximally, what's possible? Have we even scratched the surface of what's possible for human health and vitality? I don't think we have, but I intend to find out. And part 3 is gather. That's where we focus on nourishing the web of relationships, all the humans, all the social interactions in our lives, so we can build a thriving, healthy community. And then part 4, which is what probably lights me up the most, is transform. That's where we look at how we change the world, at how we be part of the solution, not just for us, but also for our children and for our whole planet. And I want to touch on that for a moment with you now. I've worked with a lot of communities, and I have seen that statistically, the poorer you are, the darker your skin color, the more likely you are statistically to eat a diet that is based around industrialized meat products, fried foods, and highly processed foods, and sugar. And statistically, the more likely you are to suffer and to die from heart disease, cancer, diabetes, obesity, Alzheimer's, and all of the other chronic illnesses that are fueled by diet and lifestyle. Statistically. So, I believe that it is a crime as a society to raise children on diets where they can't think clearly, where they are morbidly obese in childhood, and they think it is their fault. I believe that if we want a society where everyone has equal opportunity, one of the first things we can do is to give everybody the foundation of health so that they can. How can anyone pull themselves up even by their bootstraps if they don't even have their health? So we need to create the conditions where everyone has opportunity, and right now, we are doing the opposite.